Hi there, my name is Sandra and you're watching The Chauvin's Nest. Today is my first subscriber pick video and I'm so excited to show you what I came up with. This first project was suggested by Monica. She wanted to see snowmen. So I'm taking two of these old ornaments that I have and I'm giving them one coat of DIY chalk paint in white. While I waited for those to dry, I decided to mix up some of my white paint with baking soda. I wanted this snowman to have some really nice texture, so I'm adding probably almost the same amount, equal parts, maybe just a little bit less of the baking soda. I'm just going to keep stirring it up and add a little bit of water if it gets too thick. I'm using a pretty hefty stippling brush because I want to be able to create even more texture by just pouncing the paint right onto the snowballs. And you can see how cute it looks already. This brush tended to be a little bit too big. It was grabbing too much paint. So for my second coat, I went and switched over to the stencil brush from the Dollar Tree. I just love white and black buffalo check, and I have this piece of fat quarter. It's a flannel piece, and I picked this up at Walmart a while ago. What I'm going to do is just take my hot glue and make a couple of hems. I'm going to flip up the end of this one time and go all the way across with it. Then I'm going to do it one more time, and that's going to create a little cuff for the hat. Be careful when you're using hot glue and fabric. It does get pretty warm. Now, this flannel is fairly thick, so I didn't have a problem with that, but you can see me just kind of tapping it with my finger. I'm using one of the smaller ornaments just as a guide so I know where to cut this fabric for my snowman's hat. I flipped the fabric over so the hemmed portion is on the outside, and I'm just adding a little bit of hot glue to the one side, and then I'm going to just press them together to make a tube. Then I'll glue the remainder of the hem together. Using some gingham ribbon, I'm going to just tie off the hat about halfway up and just give it a really good tight knot. Then I'm going to cut the top part of the hat into 1/4 inch strips just so it has a little bit more of a fun look to it. Cutting these pieces will kind of make the top part of the hat flop over a little bit. It'll turn out really cute. I cut off the ends of the gingham ribbon and now I'm just going to glue them together to form a loop, and then I'll hot glue it on the gingham ribbon that's already tied just to create a cute little bow. I grabbed 3 little buttons from my sewing kit and I put them on a piece of painter's tape, and I'm just going to paint them black. Those are, of course, are going to be the buttons for his belly. I got these little glass containers from my cousins Walt and Lucia. Lucia, if you're watching, thank you so much. I finally found a use for one of them, but I've got 3 more to use, so stay tuned. I needed something at the bottom of the container that would support the snowman a little bit better, so I'm just putting in a tumbling tower block with my Weldbond glue. I haven't had much luck painting little glass pieces where the paint stays on. Same with my canisters. So most of the time I use the spray sealer, but this time I thought I would try some Mod Podge because I think the majority of you probably have more access to Mod Podge than a spray sealer. I'm going to give it a nice coat all the way around, let it dry completely, and then I'm going to go over it with my black chalk paint. Once the Mod Podge is dry, I'm going to go ahead and paint over it in my black. I'm going sort of an up and down motion for this one. When I do my second coat, I'm going to go across, and that is going to give me some really good coverage on my paint. It's going to fill in any of the little gaps that might have been missed the first time around. The snowman is dry, so now it's time to assemble them. And these two are going to fit really perfectly, one right inside the other. So I put some hot glue on the top of the snowman, so basically his head, and I pushed that right inside the opening of the bottom ornament. Now I had to hold this very gently because these two are plastic and the hot glue did start to melt it a little bit. So I pulled it out and kind of let the hot glue dry a little bit more as you saw me doing there. And now I'm just going to hold it in place until it dries completely. My little snowman needed some eyes, so I just grabbed two of these gems and painted them black too. For his cute little nose, I found this red pipberry was the perfect shape and size. I'm painting it with my honey brown chalk paint because this is the best rustic orange color. I don't like the bright oranges, so I'm going to give this one coat and then let it dry as well. So here comes the best part, assembling my little snowman. I'm going to add just a little bit of hot glue and put his hat on a little bit kitty wampus, a little tilted to one side. I just think that makes him look extra cute. I just used some hot glue and put on his little eyes and nose, and now I'm just going to do the same with his buttons. He wouldn't be a snowman without a scarf, so I'm going to take another strip of that flannel fabric, glue it together, but leave about 3 inches on each end because I want the end part of the scarf to be kind of floppy and move around. So I'm just going to hem it down like I did with his little hat, just with some hot glue. I have to be super careful with the amount of hot glue that I put on these ornaments. So I'm just starting off with little bits here and there. I'm going to just put it on the side of his little head there and then glue the part of the scarf on. Then I'll just continue to wrap it all the way around, gluing in a few spots as I go. Once I got around to the front, I glued the one loose end of his scarf a little bit down so it would kind of hang down. So you can see me here, I'm kind of folding it over, making a little pinch there, and then just holding it in place to dry. Then I'll do the same thing for the other end of the scarf. I've trimmed off the excess and now what I'm going to do is fray the ends. I love doing this to little scarves and stuff like that because it just makes it look more realistic. So all you do is just grab some of the threads and start pulling, and you can do this for as much or as little of the scarf as you want. My snowman needs a cute little mouth, so I'm just going to use a fine tip Sharpie and create a mouth just by drawing it on. I'm going to start by the little sort of half circle or half moon shapes here for his cheeks, and then I'm going to connect the two with a sweet little mouth. Using a white marker, I'm just going to give his eyes some highlights too. I added an extra button to the center of the bow on top. I just thought that would be really cute. Then I thought his hat looked a little too tall, so I just took some hot glue and glued the fabric down onto itself, just pulling it over to the side a bit. Using some Weldbond glue on the bottom of the ornament, I'm going to go ahead and glue him onto the tumbling tower block. I did need to add a little bit of hot glue just to secure him in place a little bit better. I decided to add some little arms just with some bamboo skewers, and now I'm just going to dry brush and distress that glass container, make him look a little bit more vintagey. Monica, I hope you love him as much as I do. If you do, let me know in the comments below and we'll connect so I can get your address and ship him to you just in time for Christmas. This project is for Charlene. She suggested I do something with angels. So I have a whole bunch of these Christmas tree forms left over. They're wood, they were from Michael's. And I got the idea to create some angels out of them. So I'm going to be trimming off two of the branch areas, and then I'm going to cut it all the way across, round out the corners, and I end up with the body of an angel. And I think this is absolutely adorable. These wood pieces were thin enough that I could just use my utility knife and make sure that I could score it a few times and then take my needle nose pliers and just give it a snap. And that was just really helpful in getting the pieces off. I'm just going to use some hot glue to glue these two pieces together. To fill in the gaps on the sides, I'm just using some hot glue and I'm taking one of these Dollar Tree scoring tools and just kind of pressing the glue into the creases. And that's just a real simple way of being able to fill things up. You can also use some spackling or some dry decks spackle that I'm going to be using shortly, but I just thought this might be another way that is a little bit faster and easier to do. My angel needed a neck, so I'm taking this 1/2 inch dowel and I'm just cutting it with my miter shears just to get a little neck piece. I'm going to hot glue that on the top of the body and then I'll attach her head. This is a doll head that I picked up at Michael's in a bag. I think there were 5 or 6. This is the last one I have left, and it's the perfect head for my angel. I glued on 2 little wood beads for her hands. And of course, an angel needs wings. So I'm taking these wood stars that I have, got a bunch of them as well. And I thought I'm going to use what I have. I'm just going to be tracing out this original one that I made already. And I'm going to then show you how I created an angel wing out of this star. So I'm just going to trim off the excess points that I don't need and then round off the top. I sanded down the edges to make everything smooth, and now I'm just going to hot glue the wings onto the back of the angel. I'm using a pencil to mark where I want them to be. I'm using some of the dry deck spackling to create some texture on the wings. I wanted them to look kind of fluffy, but I didn't want to use any fabric or anything. I wanted this still to be quite rustic. I'm putting it on with the consistency probably of a thin icing, and then I'll just use the popsicle stick to add more texture. I also added some texture just to the bottom portion of her skirt. So I'm putting on the spackling again, just like some icing. And then I'm going to just take my popsicle stick and create some lines that'll just show up when I distress her later. I'm going to paint all of the body and the wings with the baking soda mixture that I created for the snowman. This is just going to add some extra texture. I've let it dry completely and now I'm going to do some distressing. This is some silver acrylic paint and I'm just very gently going to dry brush her wings and the bottom of her skirt, just where I put the spackling and added the texture. And this is just going to bring out a lot of the details on the wings and her skirt. I'm going to glue 2 tumbling tower blocks, one to the front and one to the back, and that's going to help her stand up a lot better. I'm going to glue the angel onto this rustic piece of wood slice. It has live edge on either sides. Then I'm going to add a bunch of bottle brush trees and some pine cones and a couple of the Dollar Tree white and sparkly trees. And I think this turned out absolutely beautiful. Charlene, if you're watching and you'd like me to send you this beautiful rustic angel, I would be happy to do so. I hope you enjoyed these 2 subscriber pick DIYs. I've got lots more coming for you, so stay tuned. The way you can do that is to click that notification bell so YouTube lets you know each time I upload something new. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.